Yo, what's up? I'm LATWAN, artist formerly known as LATWAN. Obviously, like you're a subscriber, you know who I am and all that good stuff. So we ain't even got to go through all the introductions. But before I get this video started and everything, any new people and any new viewers, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe as well. And I got a lot of music coming out. You know what I'm saying? I'm dropping music. I'm always dropping music, so you ain't never got to worry about a drought in the music. All my music is available on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, all that good stuff. It's gonna be available on here as well. So if you prefer to use YouTube as a thing, for your music player, here you go. Just make sure that you subscribe and like to this. And while we got all the infomercials out the way and everything, also make sure you follow my IG. Obviously, it's below, but make sure you click over there and follow that IG as well, so you can be notified. And I post a lot more on IG, and it's more of a, you can post a lot more moves and things on IG versus like how YouTube is. YouTube is like an extended video, versus a IG post. You know what I'm saying? You could just post like 15, 20 seconds or whatever you're doing, versus YouTube, that's more so people come to listen to, a tutorial or something like that. But today we're gonna talk about writer's block again, because first and foremost, I'm an artist before everything, and all artists is gonna deal with it. We all deal with it. I think I'm gonna just really talk about how I come out of it, as far as how I come out of it, and what has helped me come out of it, and stuff like that. Versus, I'm sure everybody have their own technique, so I would love to hear everybody else's techniques as well. Like, what's your technique? How did you get yourself out of having writer's block? How did you, get yourself out of this slump? Because it's frustrating. Like, having writer's block is real frustrating, because you just, it's just like, I want to create, but at the same time I can't, because nothing is coming out. But to me, man, what I look at writer's block, it's just like when you, just like I said, you want to create, but nothing is coming out to you, I'm gonna say rationally. Like, you want to create, I'm gonna say, writer's block is something where you want to create, but nothing is coming to you rationally to like where you can write it down on a piece of paper. Like, you have an idea in your head, but you can't rationalize it and put it on a piece of paper to where it makes sense to other people. Because that happens all the time. Like, we all have stuff that makes sense in our head to us, but we can't relate it to the next person. So I feel like writer's block is that, but it's when you're trying to create, when you're using it in a creative way and trying to be, a writer or whatever. But I've had writer's block probably 2 or 3 times personally. I've had it probably 2 or 3 times, and those 2 or 3 times, the first time the writer's block, it was kind of a writer's block of, I was trying to say too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to be too intelligent with what I was saying, instead of just saying it in a simple way. I was trying to sound, no hate or nothing like that to the man, but that's just what we call it. I was trying to sound like T.I., you know what I'm saying? Like, as I'm rapping how T.I. talking. And granted, you know what I'm saying, I had a homeboy tell me, like, bro, like, that's too much, you know what I'm saying? And at that time, that bothered me. It bothered me, but it didn't bother me enough to where I felt any animosity towards him. But I'm like, I'm creating, and that's, all artists feel like that. If they tell you that they don't, they tell you the story. But I'm doing that or whatnot, and he told me that. He's like, nah, bro, like, that's too much. So I took it, you know what I'm saying? I took that one to the chin. That was the first time I had that writer's block. It was basically me trying to over-intellectual. I ain't even gonna try to stretch my brain that far even saying that word, but I was trying to be too intellectual, basically. Like, I was trying to sound But even then, even if I could do it, bro, you know, people ain't trying to hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, people gonna listen to it. It's some people that listen to it because I listen to stuff like that, but I'm not listening to that all the time. You know what I'm saying? And this is about getting the message, you know what I'm saying, and helping as many people as you can. So I feel like it's a way that you can play both sides, you know, and it's just the way, you just gotta figure it out. It's on you to figure out how to, you know, maneuver to what side and which side and all that kind of stuff, and or how to stay in the middle when you're dealing with people and making sure people are interested as far as in a party perspective, and they also learning from the music. But yeah, that first time it was just due to me just trying to over intellectualize and just trying to say too much in a bar, like, you know what I'm saying, and not basically at that time it was just me showing that my lack of understanding of what I was trying to say. Because if you understand something, you don't have to be, you know, flamboyant and all that kind of stuff. Like, you should use big words, but you ain't gotta be talking like crazy and all that kind of stuff to people, like for somebody to get it. Because after a while, like, this is just how I look at it. When you talking like that to somebody, you just trying to confuse them. Because everyday people don't talk in that language, you know what I'm saying? But the second time I had got writer's block, it was due. It was just due to me I hadn't written music in a long time. Like, I wasn't trying to be over intellectual anymore, but I was just not comfortable in writing music. Like, I had stopped writing music for years. Like, I wasn't in it at all. Like, I didn't care about it. Anyways, before I was rudely interrupted, like I said, I wasn't into music at all. So by me being out of music and writing for a little minute, it kind of like made my work ethic as far as writing, it wasn't as smooth. Like you know, I wasn't able to write my music as quick as I could. Like how now I could write a verse, if I find the right beat, I could write a verse in probably 10 to 20 minutes, 20 minutes the longest time. And because I only pick beats that I know that I can, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I was. That was my problem. That was my times that I've dealt with writer's block so far in my life. I'm only 27, you know, so whatever. But I overcame them, and if it ever come again, I'm gonna overcome it again. So that's it. You know, that was my little journey on my little few times that I've had writer's block. So don't feel like you're the only person out there that had those times in your life where it just feel like you was just stumped creative, like you can't rationalize it, you can't put it down. You got all this great stuff in your head, but you can't put it down on a piece of paper. But you got to overcome that. You know what I'm saying? You can't let it win. You can't not keep doing it. You got to keep going, and it's gonna flood out one day. Because it did it for me, you know what I'm saying? So it can do it for you. I'm no different. I'm no better than anybody else. We are human. But like I said, make sure you like and subscribe this video, and I'm gonna holler at y'all later. I'm out.